Transportation for It's Your Call guests provided by Preferred Car and Limousine.
You're watching It's Your Call with Lynn Doyle.
Hi. Thanks very much for joining us once again. I am Lynn Doyle, and my guest is best-selling author Lisa Scottoline. She is also a columnist for the Philadelphia Inquirer, and she teaches a course that she developed called Justice and Fiction. That's at the University of Pennsylvania Law School, which is her alma mater.
Right. Go Penn.
Yeah. So here you are teaching and writing and noveling and parenting and all of these things. And women are out there saying, how do you do it all?
It's easy. I have no personal life. It's wall-to-wall work. It's great.
But are you enjoying it?
Oh, totally. I mean, I just feel very fulfilled. You know, writing is a really fulfilling thing. And I go, oh, gee, this is a story that interests me. Maybe somebody else will like it. And it's all sort of, I feel very, very, very lucky. Plus, I don't have to dress up. Like, I dressed up for you, girl. But let me tell you, the rest of the time, I look like, whoa, nothing like the author photo. That's author Barbie on there.
It looks great, I'll tell you. The thing, the justice and fiction kind of has me intrigued, because do the two go hand in hand? I'd like to think that the justice system is a little more fact than fiction, but one never knows these days.
Well, you know, you're right, and that's actually what the whole course is about. I sort of take the kids through. Let's look at postmodern Perry Mason, To Kill a Mockingbird, a time when there was wonderful, and then sort of take them through the next thing that happens, which is The Godfather. Things change after the Vietnam War, and our whole world goes topsy-turvy, really, and after Watergate and stuff. And so then fiction later becomes a fiction about justice gets very dark, and I think now we're just actually coming through it.
Shall I mention O.J. Simpson? Because I very rarely do a show without mentioning O.J. Simpson, but seriously, talk about the line between fact, fiction, and the legal system. I mean, you couldn't write a novel like the O.J. Simpson story. I mean, you just couldn't do it.
No, it would be so schlocky, but it was
People say this could never happen.
Absolutely.
What's she thinking?
Absolutely, but it was really true. And it's really a remarkable, I think of it in a lot of ways like an education for all of the public. Because, you know, like To Kill a Mockingbird, you know, we sort of said to the population, hey, the justice system is different, and you experience it differently, and you participate in it differently, depending on your race, depending on your socioeconomic level, depending on your gender. You know, when you get to that core question of what is reality, the answer is it's different for everybody.
Right.
And so I think O.J. was like that too.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned To Kill a Mockingbird, and you saw me go like this, because even now when I see that film, and it'll play periodically on American Movie Classics or TCM or whatever, and it still moves me every single time I saw it. Yeah. And when I first read it, I was only about 13, and it had such an impact on me. It still stays with me today.
You know, it's so great you say that, because I thought when I first put it on the syllabus, some of the students said, oh, that's so middle school. I said, I'm going to teach you to appreciate that novel, because there's so much in it, and it's so rich, and it gets richer and richer. Harper Lee was just amazingly smart.
How about 12 Angry Men?
Yeah, really. Looking inside the
judicial system. Yeah, and race and socioeconomic climates and how it was portrayed at the time.
Yes.
And when it was remade, they changed some of the characters to include minorities and Hispanics, and I don't think they had women on it, but
God
still.
forbid.
Yeah, well, now there's one, they're doing a remake, 12 Angry Women.
Oh, I love it.
Of course, that could be any one of us.
That could be a shoe sale.
Really.
It could be like Nordstrom's.
Bridals, one of those bridal shows.
I want the size 8.
When is it when Filene's Basement opens up? You want to talk about 12 Angry Women, okay.
It's so true. See, that's what I love about it. You know, you can always find the humor in things.
Right.
You know, and it's a joke. Any woman who's been there, we know it. It's true.
Okay, I'm going to go back to my Facebook page here and read. I'm telling her I'm only putting my glasses on for her.
Yeah, but you still look good.
Okay, the next question that we have comes from Marcy, and Marcy wants to know if any of your books are being considered for a movie.
Well,
I have my vote, but go ahead.
No, actually, at one point they were optioned for TV, and I think they buzz it every year. But you know what the real truth is? Or maybe it's just my consolation prize. I'm very happy. I'm a bookaholic. I'm like that bookworm geeky girl, you know. And I'm happy to be a book. I'm happy that everybody, when they read this book, they'll have a view of this character, and their image will be different from my image, different from your image, and we will all be right. Books connect through imagination and soul and heart, and I love that about books. So I'm really proud that I'm a book.
Yeah, but you're not turning it away if somebody comes knocking
Hell
at the
no.
door. I was going to say, let's talk about smart, strong women, okay? Call me, we'll work it out. I'm a bookie right now, but I can be a movie girl in a heartbeat.
Well, you know, you look for the silver lining.
Yeah, if I have to, I'll do it. You know, I always say if they're going to make a movie out of my life, you know, if Michelle Pfeiffer has to play it, all right.
I know. She's great, too.
All right, this one's funny. This comes from Jeffrey, and it says, it says, you know what? I read all of her books, and I've never met her. I would like to. It seems like she's okay for a lawyer.
No.
Do you think of yourself as a lawyer first and a writer second, or vice versa?
No, in fact, I don't think of myself as I am not work identified. And that's when you talk about what you said before about changes in fiction. The truest thing, these aren't books about lawyers. This is actually, she's a reporter. It's really books about people. Before, you know, I think in the modern era, we're not our jobs anymore. My uncle 30 years ago went to work for Honeywell and never did anything else. And if you said, what do you do? Right. What are you? He would say, I'm a mechanical engineer. If you ask me what I am, I go, I'm a woman, I'm a mother.
Right.
And that's why this book's so emotional, because it's so close to the bone. I don't identify with work. And in the modern era, we don't. Our jobs will change and then they fire us. I mean, you know, it's not a winning game to identify too closely with your occupation.
Do you identify with any of your characters more so than others?
Oh, totally.
I know this one touches you because of the story about a mom. And if you're just joining us, the book is called Look Again, and it's about a mom who adopts a child and then starts to suspect, for no, you know, with no concrete reason, just kind of a picture she sees that maybe this child might be someone else's child, and she did everything right, but she's not sure if the people involved in the adoption did everything right, or whether he was kidnapped or not. But you identify with this one because she is a mom. But how about some of the other, in the previous 15 books?
I think whenever you have a main character, it's got to be some aspect of you. And I've written about a character named Benny Rosato who's strong and tall and a natural blonde. That's me writing fiction. God knows what that is. But, you know, some people think I'm sort of a lot like her, but the truth is I'm really much more like the Mary D'Annunzio character who's like, you know, all meek and has a lot of South Philly in her.
Oh, yeah, I see the meekness. I was just going to say, really, we were taking a poll. She's meek, right?
I'm kind of meek.
I can see that.
No, but listen, it's so great to talk to you, but the truth is, if I have to return a sweater to a store, I can't do it. I'll just suck it up and keep that thing in my closet forever, because I can't say I don't like it, or it's wrong, or it's not the right color.
All right, you know what? You and I are going to team up, because I have no problem taking anything back. Okay? I'm here for Lisa Scottoline. I'm returning this sweater. No problem.
Hey, we hear she's not bad for a lawyer.
You just, you know, a little chick for that. Chick for that. Right?
Yeah, I'll put you in the next book if you do that.
Hey, and I won't sue you. All right, talking about the next book, we don't have a whole lot of time, but is it already formulating in your mind?
It's already finished, baby.
Already finished?
Already finished.
All right, can I book you to talk about that next time?
Done.
When can we expect it?
Same time this year. Same time next year.
I was going to say right now.
April. Oh, I'm incredible Superwoman.
Okay, so just tease us a little bit with what that one's about, can you?
Benny Rosato, the good twin, meets her evil twin for dinner, and the evil twin slips her a roofie, and by the end of the first chapter, she's buried alive. I know.
Ooh.
It's my biggest fear. Actually, I have a real fear of that.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Wait, you just rendered me speechless. I'm like, wait, I don't know.
Wow, that's a crazy idea.
I don't know what to say. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. See, I hate to have ideas put in my head, and I'm afraid that idea will land there and stay. Yeah, really. All right, so we can look forward to that in another year.
Right.
Anything else that you want to promote? Anything going on? Everything's
just
good?
thrilled to be here. It's great to meet you.
All right, it was wonderful to have you
Thanks
here
for all
as
you
well.
do for us.
Oh,
we love
sure,
you.
and thank you for entertaining us. Lisa Scottoline. The book is called Look Again. It is on the New York Times bestseller list. I suggest that you get it. It is one of the best that she has ever written. I have to agree with James Patterson. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Lynn Doyle. Happy reading.